welcome back to the world of Wartales. Okay, so I am basically going to start playing while I explain a little bit of what's going on here. I am continuing a playthrough on hard at the moment that I started with the group who I made the making money video with. So we've still got about 500 crowns in the bank. I think I went and did like one more bounty mission or something along those lines. And the team is ready to continue. So rather than making like a specific tutorial mission today, I really wanted to just kind of have a little bit of a play myself, you know, get into a game and have a little bit of fun. So I thought that what I would do is just play, talk you through kind of how I approach the game and, you know, the next steps that I take after making a little bit of money, and going from there. So the aim of this session is there's going to be 4 goals that I'm basically aiming for. First goal is to pick up a 5th and probably a 6th member as well. So I'm a big fan of big squads. I really like having more people in the party, so I'm gonna try to increase my numbers a little bit. I'm gonna accept, you know, some quests and bounties here and there, trade in some prisoners and stuff, but okay, sorry, main goals. Alright, so main goal number 1, pick up a 5th and 6th member. Main goal number 2, level my squad up to level 3, because at level 3 you've got a pretty big power spike. Main goal number 3, get armour. Now I can craft or buy the armour, I'm not too fussed either way. I just pause it while I talk through these goals. And number 4 is get some weapons. And again, I can craft or buy these weapons. So I've got those 4 goals in mind, and we will see how we go. Now, for the 5th party member that I'm looking for, I actually want to get a 2nd bowman. Now, I want a 2nd bowman because I'm going to be playing a pretty archer and spearman heavy composition this playthrough. And the reason that I want to go archer and spearman heavy is just to have fun mucking around with a few different tactics that are quite good at killing rat lairs. So there's going to be a bit of a video on that at some point, I can guarantee it. You will see me go and pick up some things from merchants here and there. I never like stealing these wood piles if they're too small. And yeah, so there's going to be kind of those 4 goals. I'm just going to be talking along as the game progresses, and I'll chat through some of my decisions as it progresses, and we will go from there. Alrighty. I've got a bit of a tune stuck in my head and I can't get rid of it, but I'm so unmusical that I am not going to I'm going to try not to inflict that on everybody. Okay, so squad's going to come along. I'll pick a few fights here and there. I'm going to aim to clear out some of the bandit lairs around the place. They're kind of good experience, and clearing those out does make that final bandit lair a little bit easier as well. Given I'm playing on hard, I think it's nice having a composition that's a little bit forgiving at times. I'm going to head over to the east here and do a couple of quests in the cave. So I'll complete some main story quests through this run as well. So if you are after no main story spoilers, you may want to tune out now. Alright, we've got a little bit of broken armour on these guys. I'm planning on replacing their armour soon enough. He's got rags. I can actually equip the light armour on him, save me from repairing. And we will go and pick our first fight of the match. Now, of the 2, it is generally speaking easier to side with the guardsman here. So Captain Rovand is here asking us to help him clear some bandits out of a nearby cave, which we shall do for him now. And it is nice that the cave is nearby, and we just talked to Bertram here to kick it off. Now, he's basically trying to stop farmers getting bullied and says, no, I'll match his offer. If you fight the guardsman instead of me, That is the only solution. But we're gonna take him out. I feel like I am going to support the farmers in this instance, rather than the refugees. Not for any particular reason, just because that's what I'm going to do this playthrough. Because we are in the Sinister Cave, we do actually start in a cavern, which I always think is really, really cool. And let's deploy our squad. Given that there's only the two of them over here, I think I'll try to take them out first. And Bertram is acting first as well. Alright, well, I want to go and engage him. And I'm going to weaken him as well. I do really like the Brute being able to weaken people. It really increases his durability. His survivability, I guess, in combat more so than his durability. Either way. Okay, so we've got a hoodlum who's going to come down. I might just poke him in the first instance. And I'll run closer, just so that he does attack this spin. Ooh, Poacher got in range. Probably should have run my Brute over to the other side of Bertram there. Now my Archer's not going to be able to capture this guy, so I'll just lower his health a little. Can't even run next to him. Bit of a miscalculation there. And I want to try to capture one of these guys. I'm not really too fussed who. I'll probably kill a couple. And probably just try to capture one of the last few when I've got the galvanized buff. And I've taken out the more dangerous ones. Now remember, we can't capture captains. Woodman is up first. He'll run over to the destroyer, which is fine. The Brute, I mean. And we'll take him out with Fury. So Wrath is a really, really handy skill to have early in the game. It really does save quite a lot of damage onto your characters, just by being able to take out a character before they get to act. I'm probably not going to be speeding the fights up for this as well, so, you know, there might be points where you just want to skip over the fights, just to speed the video along a little. Totally up to you guys. Alrighty, let's get this hoodlum out of the way. And I reckon we'll just aim to capture one of the poachers, should be easy enough. Don't really need to get rid of poison yet. And just to keep our Valor points up, just make sure I end my turn next to somebody else. And let's capture this archer up here. He will do the job. So I'm not going to bother weakening the archer because they don't do any damage in melee combat. So he's already going to be totally fine fighting this archer. Let's head down. I'm going to kill the one at the bottom, capture the one at the top, while my Brute just keeps him busy. Oof, that was a nice shot. Max damage. So all we have to be careful of with this capture is that we don't accidentally kill them because of a galvanized buff and a critical hit. So we will try to do 8 to 10. 8 to 10 seems good. Got to keep them engaged, so I've got to make sure I don't poke them away from the Brute. And then I need somebody else to run up near them. You can't reach, you can't reach. Okay, let's just end our turns instead. Don't want to do any attacking. And I probably should have run up and shot him with the archer, but this guy's damage was fine. And we'll capture that one just so we have another person to hand in at the jail, giving us 3. Oof, and that was a lot of good loot. And our Spearman gets to level 2, so we get a little bit closer to our goal. Now, on one Spearman, I have chosen Valorous Support, where the Spearman gets extra points for standing next to an ally. On the other Spearman, I'm actually going to choose Valorous Victory. Dun, 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 dun. Is that what I want to do? Yes, it is. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Going for a slightly different, slightly more aggressive playstyle with the Spearmen and Archers this time. And he gives us our nice reward. Now, after you've got this reward, do make sure that you loot the body, because there is a golden key on there, which you can use to either unlock this chest here, hiding behind the pillar, or you can actually go back into the guard outpost camp and unlock the chest in the tent. I think the chest in the tent is more likely to give you things, and the chest in the cave is more likely to give you ore, like materials and that kind of thing. His armor's broken, so that armor is better, and none of them can use light armor yet. So we've got a ranger's dagger. Not planning on using a ranger at the moment in this party at all. I know rangers are very strong, don't have anything against them, but I'm actually actually going to be skipping them for this one, just because of some of the strategies that I want to use later in the game. I could add them in and then just kind of get rid of them now, or get rid of them soon, but I just figure it's easier not grabbing them to start with and taking other characters that I actually want. I might actually sell some weapons to this guy as well. So, the Ringleader's Dagger. Ooh, do I want to try something fun with this? Having just gotten the Ringleader's Dagger, there may be something that I want to do with a Ranger. Alright, let's leave that in the inventory for now. Okay, so yeah, we're not going to go to Strongcap just yet for that client. As I don't... We'll go over here and do this bounty first. Yeah, we don't need to meet with that client just yet, because they do some trading things going into another province. I don't generally rush from one province to the next. I sort of prefer, you know, sitting and staying in the one and finishing that off more before moving on. Now, the bandits we're after should be pretty much over here, but we're going to have a little rest before we start going looking for them. Ooh, 80% danger, definitely don't want to rest just here. Not sure where the danger's coming from though. It might be the boars in the forest, or it might be these guys over here. Let's try this location. 20%, that's good enough for us. Pay some wages, eat some food. It's good to sell the prisoners off before you need to feed them too, just because otherwise you end up with without much food left in the bank. Yeah, just to the north, cool, up near these refugees. So we could fight these guys as well, but I'm going to try to skip them for now. I think these are our bandits just here. I'm going to wait for them to turn around and face another direction, and then charge them from behind. There we go. Get an ambush. A little bit of extra damage at the start. Okay, so the 5th and the 6th member that I'm looking for, I think I already talked about them a little, but I do want one archer and one additional tank. They're going to be my first additions to the group. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 people here for ourselves. The raider is the one I'm the least worried about because of my spearman being able to handle him. But these henchmen do attack twice per turn, so they're a little bit of a pain. Unless they're engaged, that is. So I'm going to try to take out Puddinor first. Or maybe... Yeah, no, I'll be able to just get out of the way of that raider. That'll be fine. Just generate an extra little valor point by finishing the turn next to him. So here we go. So Amid is going to be under a fair bit of fire here. And he's also going to get surrounded, so... and they do all get their protection back because he's unengaged. Those henchmen can be a real pain. Anyway, we will continue on our way. So it's very likely that Kudnor the rat here is going to attack one of these two, which is fine. He will hopefully engage them, and then we can... Oh, there you go. He goes for a mead. Alright, Raider's going to swing, probably target the archer. Now, we don't have him surrounded because he's not engaged, so stepping back actually ends up allowing us to do a bit more damage. And I'm just going to run around the side there. Alright, and we just have to get a Spearman to poke him before his next turn. That should be fine. Okay, so we are going to poke him. Run back in and use a Wrath to kill him off. And then we're just going to move out of the way of this Raider here. Okay, I could weaken that henchman, or I could start running a summon in to heal him up. Let's do a little bit of both. Now, it does look like they still have protection on. I think sometimes if the leader dies and they're unengaged, they do actually have protection, which I find a little bit strange. Or I may be doing the right damage and it's just a tooltip error, tooltip bug. Not too sure. Alright, multiple attacks from the henchman, as I said. A little bit of a worry, but not too bad. I might actually even skip killing this guy and just start moving out of range and going for everyone else. Don't think our Fury is going to get rid of him this time, but we might still be able to use it just to do some extra damage. Ooh, I hope I haven't stopped in his... No, I haven't. Sometimes you can accidentally stop in their area. And our Brute goes down to 1 hit point. He's still alive. What a champion. Absolute champion, Amid. Amid is likely to be the first person in our squad to receive a... what do you call it? A title. He's likely to receive the Scarred title for being brought down to 0 health 10 times in a row. What's he got left? 10 hit points, and we get multiple attacks before he gets to go. So we finish him off. Let's stop this Raider from attacking us. And we might even surround him now. Can I get him to engage with me in melee combat? I do need to capture another prisoner, though. I've just filled up the jail, so maybe I don't want to do it quite yet. I might leave him behind just so I don't have to feed him. I'm not actually carrying particularly much food at the moment. Alright, so I'm going to need 1 medicine for Amid. If I get some new armour, I'll give it to him. Nope, didn't get any armour off them. And what wound did he get? Strength and dex reduced. So I do heal that one. That one's one of the worst ones. And just because he's my main tanking character at the moment, I will repair his armour. I really do rely on him to take quite a number of hits for us. And free leather. We don't... I do want to get a tent at some point soon, which is going to cost us 6 cloth. 6 leather. Yeah, so that's one of the next things I would like to purchase for my camp. And I do want to make a couple of batons as well. You'll see I like creating myself a few shortcuts around the place. Now, these refugees, they do come after you. Don't really mind at the moment. Just use my run skill to get away from them. And let's go and rescue our friendly blacksmith from the abandoned tower. Alright, Clace, let's get you out of those chains, buddy. Oh, you got a nice easy lockpick today. Just one thing to do. Alright, so we get a little level up on our thief apprentice. Fantastic. A little bit of extra dexterity. And Clace is now following our troop. Now, I don't think there's anything else to loot here. I do love that you can move the camera and have a little bit of a look around, though. Alright, now, as we have the deserter with us, he is going to draw the attention of the Lahart's men. So they're actually from the second region in Arthas. And at Lahart's castle in Arthas, you'll find a forge for a blacksmith, obviously, that is unattended because the blacksmith has left. So I like how the little stories link together. Okay, so I'm going to rest here. And a little mushroom. And as I said, I really don't have too much food available. Now, one thing that we can do... We can't yet, never mind. We do not have... We have a little bit of salt available, but nothing else, nothing to cook that requires salt. So we're going to take out Altus Tower here. Now, one little thing that I do when I'm kind of in this area, I use my thief to craft some pitons. And I actually add one down the side of the mountain so that we can actually just duck down to the cave if we want, or back up towards the prison, that kind of thing. It's also handy if you're getting chased by something or you need to rest here, you can actually just duck up or down those pitons, the rope, and you'll find a safer resting place, which is really, really cool. Alright, so if we'd handed in our quest, we'd be at about 1,000 gold or so now, which is quite good for this point in the game. And this should be a pretty easy fight as these guys are all level 1. Who has the most strength at the moment? I think it's this Spearman. So this is our Spearman who gets Valor points on kills. So what we'll do is we will engage him here and we'll set it up for this Spearman to get a kill. Not going to worry about using the special ability because I will be able to take him out before he gets his turn. Love that they run over the trap on their way in. Alright. 1. Actually, we don't want to be right next to him. 2. And we'll just come up a little bit closer to support this guy. Ooh, that put him reaches. Cool. I don't mind taking some shots on the armour of some of my troops. I also don't mind them losing a tiny bit of health. You know, 1 or 2 hits is all fine. Okay, what we can do here... Let's engage him with you. And then let's capture him with you. So I think by the time I sort of look back to the prison, they will be empty, or at least a little bit empty. Generate another Valor point, so now we've got plenty and we can spend as many as we like, trying to finish off the other guys as quickly as we can. Okay, so Amid is already poisoned, so I'm going to let What we'll do is we'll take this archer down into low health so we can capture the hoodlum when he charges in and attacks. And after he poisons meat again, we'll actually run over and put a heal on him as well. We'll heal the meat and capture our next prisoner. The prisoner capture bug does make it significantly easier to do at the moment, which is nice, but also kind of a little bit, it makes earning money just that little bit too easy, I feel. Alright, thank you, Mr. Poacher. We will capture you too. And I'm happy for me to take another shot on his armour here. So capturing people does mean we can't use Wrath to full effect, but I mean, ultimately we're winning these fights pretty easily, so it doesn't make too big a difference. Now, we can spend all of these yellow temporary valor points in one fight. They don't get carried over to the next one. However, we don't want to duck too much into our orange ones just because they are non-renewable, I guess. Yeah, they... yeah, using the yellow ones fine in one fight, but it's nice to keep a couple of orange ones spare for future fights. Alright, we got a little bit more armor, got level 2 in Might and Power Path, and we have discovered the location of the Bandit Lair. We also have a few chests to unlock in here. I don't actually know how many lockpicks I made, not many. So hopefully I get through these without using too many. Nice when there's only one to pick. And this tower usually does have a bit of food in it, so you can usually rely on getting a little bit of food to keep you going a bit longer. There goes one lockpick. And I don't really do this by the sound, I actually do it more by the feel of how much resistance I'm getting and how quickly it goes in. It's maybe not the best way to do it, but I have trouble kind of hearing anything. Oh, look at that, beautiful. We've got heavy armor for our first character, and it is for our tank. So he does lose a couple of movement, which is why I have added in some extra movement to him on level ups. Having a tank with sort of 8 or 9 movement does mean that it's quite common that they don't get to engage. So we can put a little tick against one of our characters. And we do have a number of sets of light armor now as well. So when our other guys hit level 3, I'm actually going to be able to equip them with some armor as well. I'll reveal the Bandit Lair, but we know where that is. It does give us a little bit of extra knowledge as well, which is nice. Alright, and we are good to continue. Now, we have 3 prisoners in the party. We're up to day 9. I think we dropped our last prisoners off on about day 6. So we're pretty good there. And we will go down and we'll chat to the guys in the at the Haven. We'll do this woodcutter quest while we're in this area. And then we will loop back to town to craft ourselves some more weapons, armor, and that kind of stuff. I also want to see if we can get some recruits going. Alright, at the Haven, we can have a chat with Fergus, the refugee leader. Alright, so he's telling us to head up and have a chat to some woodcutters in the north. Now, whenever these little maps appear, there is a little bug at the moment that causes the frame rate to drop really, really badly. It's a little bit frustrating, and it wasn't like that in the closed beta, so I'm not too sure what changed between them. I just bought myself a rope there so that I have enough for this tent when I want to make the tent. And I'm just looking for one more leather, which I also know I can buy from Tiltron itself. There is a little chest hidden away at the top of this tower as well. There's actually not... Oh, I've only got one lockpick. I'm probably going to break this here. The chest here doesn't often have very much in it, but it's still a nice one to pick. Get yourself some more experience. Oh, having said that, there was about 20-30 gold worth of stuff in there. Not too bad. Alright, so let's go sort these woodsmen out. Now, I do leave the rats' lairs, the rats' nests, sorry, until quite late in the game. My reason for that is, at the moment, the alchemical... Oh, I did not see those wolves. Alright, let's fight some wolves as well. The alchemical ingredients that you get from rats' lairs are limited because there's only 6 rats' nests in the game. And I like trying to craft as many of those as I can. So I actually do prefer saving the rat's nest just so that I can make as many of those as possible. Alright, so we've got wolves, 3 and probably 3 on each side. They're going pretty early, and they actually have a fair bit of health here as well. So what we might do, we'll get this wolf running in this direction and see if we can't get him to run himself over a bear trap. We'll just take a shot and retreat, meaning the wolf will go for the closest character. Oof, well, he got all the way through there. And when wolves do hit a character on low health, they do cause bleeding. Not a low health character, a character without armour, sorry. And his wrath does 7 damage, so that's good. Let's use that wrath now. And what I probably should have done is given this guy the on kill and the other guy valorous support, just because he's got wrath. He's actually likely to kill more enemies. Oof, that's a solid bleed as well, 5 hit points. Ouch. These wolves might be a bigger threat than the bandits, honestly. So we'll run over here, we'll heal him up. And let's get started on some wolves. He only gets it on kill. Actually going to run him back a little bit. I would like my brute to be the one out the front here, taking more of the hits. Pity that trap doesn't stay there and hit everything walking over it, but oh well. Oof, man. Feel like we're going to be in a little bit of trouble here. Alright, what do we want to do? Okay, so he's not going to be able to kill a wolf. Our snowstorm has stopped, so the snow has pulled back there. Okay, so I want to try to get this guy to kill things. He's only going to do up to about 12 damage though. Something is low, he can also use Wrath. Alright, let's pop a heal just so if we use him he doesn't bleed out. And we will take a shot there. And we will run just down this way. So we're going to get this wolf. Actually, he will go for that archer. That's okay, our spearman can push him away. Can't squeeze through. And hopefully this wolf will go up towards our brute. And this one can run around to our brute as well. It looks like he just skipped his own turn. Now, how do we want to do this? 6 to 8, which would leave him not open to Wrath. I'm going to push him back. Get him low. And then this guy... actually going to go over here and use that to poke him. Ooh, a kill. Nice. Wrath to kill him. And this is why this was the guy that should have had the on-kill ability. And there's 2 wolves down here, so this is more where my brute needs to be. And I don't really need to reduce his damage because he's already at high health, but I'm still going to weaken that wolf anyway. Alright, so we've come out of this not too shabby in the end. Because of his wrath, he will get a kill. I could also run him around. Get an extra valor point there. Lovely. I do want to get this wolf off my archer before he gets an attack in. So we'll push him back and... we don't even need to use wrath there. Probably could have, I've got the valor points. There you go, wolves, and this will actually give us a little bit leather, so we'll be able to make our tent after this. Lovely. My companions will be much more comfortable. Could have used the rope to capture some wolves, but I don't really think you need wolves in the party this early into the game. Now, we've just done a fight. We are exhausted, so we should have a low danger level. Normally, after you've just beaten something in a fight, that is the best time to be resting. Because you'll have the most available. Or like the lowest danger level, I guess. Alright. We can appoint a captain, and we're going to make ourselves that tent that I was talking about. Oh, we didn't get any leather from those wolves. Huh. That's a pity. Oh well. We do need to make a few more lockpicks, so let's make those. Sure, let's make 6, why not? I don't want any more batons. And we actually do not have a cook at the moment, that's right. We made one of our prisoners our cook last time. We did get some wolf meat, so we might learn how to make wolf sausages. Just for the next time we need to eat. Alrighty, we got 1 injury in the last fight. Willpower reduced by half. It's actually not too bad, so that's fine. I'm actually going to use my my archer as my captain. I really like having my archer as a captain because they can move around more freely. They're not as tied to being in a location to attack an enemy. So you can quite often run in between a whole group of your guys, use your galvanized ability, get yourself some more points back, and then you're good to go again. Okay, so we talk to our refugees here. They talk about the farmers being back. Now, as I said, I'm going to be supporting the... so this is what I mean about the frame rate drop. So if you just close the map, it all picks back up again. So I'm going to be supporting the town militia here. I feel like they are talking about the forest being a sacred forest. I like protecting the trees, so we will protect the trees and the farmers. Okay, so here we get to choose either support the Tool Defenders or support Anthus, the ringleader, and the Edarin refugees. We're going to attack those guys. We do get a couple of allies, and we're going to get a bunch of beans here as well, which is a nice amount of food, but they are very heavy, so I feel like we're going to actually exceed our carry weight very, very soon. Now, and we still have the blacksmith with us as well. We better not forget about that. I'm going to take him back to Stromcat, which is where we'll head after going to the prison. Okay, so we've got a couple over on that side. They're a fair way away from us, though, so we might try to take these 2 hoodlums out first. They'll come over, and then we'll get rid of them as well. Alright, let's just go and engage. We do not need to really do anything in terms of capturing at the moment. We can just sit back get rid of these guys as quickly as possible. So I could have moved that Spearman over to another open spot that we had, but not going to make too much difference. Now I'm actually going to throw a spear, jump in, and that'll get us some inspiration, which is just nice. So this foot soldier's an absolute beast at the moment. 26 armor, 38 health. He probably could have won this fight on his own, honestly. And we should get galvanized quite early. Probably would have had it there if I had healed that injury. Because we have so many companions compared to theirs in this fight. Having the allies actually does give you a very nice boost in terms of the willpower that you need to get your morale up. So basically I'm going to use Galvanize here just to give me some extra points. It's an ability you can only use once per battle, and I have no problems in using it just to generate a little bit of extra valor. And yeah, I'll use it every fight that I can because there's no point in saving it. So it's going to be this guard's turn, so he's going to run down and engage that poacher, which is why I ran all the way over to the captain. Let's just go in with the archer first. And hopefully Frenert doesn't come and shoot us in the back here. Now, one of the things that they did with balance changes in the early access so far that I quite like is having changed the level 2 and the level 3 skills around for characters. So previously all characters gained Valor Point generators at level 2, and I don't think we can reach anyone with that. And Valor Point generators at level 2, oh, there we go, we get a nice poisons his own archer as well. Valor Point generators at level 2 were not very good because they basically meant that your team had an excess of Valor Points generated. Now, generating Valor Points is useless unless you can spend them. So now you get Valor Point generators at level 2. Ooh, that was a very good crit. You get some Valor Point generators at level 2, some Valor Point spenders at level 2. And yeah, I think it's a nice balance on how the game is going at the moment. Good to see them, you know, taking on feedback from people, listening. And we get our Destroyer to level 3, which gives him his Valor Point generators as well. Now, because I'm building him as a tank, I can either try to get deflection from using shields. So you can actually get shields, this one doesn't. But if I craft a shield in town, I will be able to cast protection on myself, which gives me the deflection 70% damage reduction. Or I can use this to get additional Valor Points as well. Now, the one that I'm actually going to choose is Valorous Duel for every time he engages, because combined with Spearman, it actually means that this Destroyer can generate multiple Valor Points per turn, which is something I am very interested in him being able to do. So the strategy I'm using is quite Valor Point heavy, and does require that assistance. So again, we get our frame rate drop, close the map, and it picks back up again. Talk to our captain, who did his amazing critical hit there, and we get all of our beans. Now, our beans have thrown us way over our carry weight. So we need to ditch some stuff or craft some stuff. Now, because I'm basically just going to be throwing money away anyway, I'm going to repair my armour. That'll get rid of, what was that, about £4. I can equip Troop Profession experience. That does not weigh much at all though. Keep the dagger. Each of these armors weighs, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds, and they're not, oh, they're worth 30. That's not too bad for the weight, I guess. And I've got a lot of wood here, and I can actually take more wood from these piles when I need a little bit more wood. Now I'm going to need a lot of wood to craft all the bows and spears that I'm after. And I'm probably going to have to buy some more rope as well. So we are going to be heading back to town and crafting some spears first of all. So we've already learnt that recipe. We have enough ore for 2. We have enough wood for 1, and we can buy enough leather for 2 as well. So 2 of these is going to be very nice. Probably also make a shield. And we've got plenty of knowledge, so I might actually learn the bow, because I know that's something I'm going to make too. Alright. Another way around this might be using our tinker to make ourselves some saddlebags. So let's do that. Let's make a saddlebag and equip that to our pony, who I'm going to call Dutiful, as he is always doing his duty. I'm glad that they approve of my name choice there. Alright, saddlebags on, we can carry all of our food, all of our stuff, we're good to go again. Alright, that quest is complete. We need to head back to Stromcap, hand in some prisoners on the way, and craft ourselves some gear. Look, here's some more wood, let's go get some more wood, because we know we need a lot more. And in fact, how much more could we steal? So we need 1 more wood to be able to craft our double spears. It was 35. I kind of don't want to attract the attention of the guard here, but I'm going to risk it. 67 out of 70. Oh, no. That was close. Because we did multiple actions in the same area, that's caused them to get a little bit annoyed at us. Alright, but now we have plenty of wood. We might even have enough wood soon to craft a bow as well. But we've headed over our limit. Could stop and eat some food, or I could ditch the double. Mushrooms are pretty heavy as well, actually. Might just ditch 3 mushrooms and we're good. We've got some guardsmen right near us. This is why we need that run skill. And we've also got some Lahat guardsmen searching around, because remember we've got that blacksmith with us. So we've got to avoid these little blue armies at the moment. We could hand him over to them, but I like saving the blacksmith. He's one of my friends. Get rid of our cook again. We're gonna have to add in a cook very frequently to this group. So I should try to make sure that I get. Oh, we actually can't carry much rope, and our carry weight has gone back over because our prisoners were carrying some of our loot. What do we want to ditch then? We're going to have to stop and eat soon, so maybe we just do that now. We're plenty rich enough to buy another pony, so we might actually do that on the way too. Alright, so let's eat our heaviest food, the mushrooms and some beans. Pay some wages. Didn't quite get us back below our carry weight there. Well, let's give you that because it gives you some extra movement. I know you can't equip light armor yet. Only you hit level 3. If only we'd gotten that extra leather, we could have actually made that tent. Alright, apples. You're gone. Coal, you're gone. We really don't need you yet. I'm gonna save these to make myself some more medicine. We can sell that, but that's not going to save us much weight. What was that? And then we need to ditch another 3 pounds. 2 and 30, 2 and 30. Need a bit more salt, we could cook some more. Alright, I'm going to get rid of 1, 2, 3 beans. Oops. There we go. Alright, so I want to save a fair bit of my run, just because we know that these guardsmen are very interested in us, and I would prefer not to get caught. I don't think I can take a fight against guardsmen yet, because they have so much armour. Alright, oh look, this pony is a volunteer. Thanks for volunteering to join our squad, pony. And there's a little quest here where for the first pony you buy, he gives you a horseshoe, which allows you to speed your party up by 5%. I haven't actually tested whether these stack yet. I have a feeling that they do, but I can't guarantee it. Now, there's usually some cloth there. Lucky we got another pony. And ponies can carry 38 to 40. Look, this guy's carrying 48 because of his saddlebags. 38 carrying capacity, which is absolutely massive. It is very, very nice to have that much carry capacity. Okay, first things first, let's hand our blacksmith in to the town. There you are, Clace. He lets them work out back and he gives us 20 raw materials. So getting rid of some earlier was not the worst thing we could have done. Our spearmen, we actually don't have anyone we can make an alchemist at the moment, so we can't make any extra potions. Let's get him to heal them up. And what are we up to? Oh, a bit over 1,000 gold at the moment after we hand this quest in. And what do we have next? We have the Bandit Lair. No, we're going to take that. Let's try and negotiate a little bit more. We've got a fair bit of influence, and you do build influence quite quickly, so I'll pretty much always do at least one up negotiation. Sometimes I'll do two, just sort of depends on how much I've got. Desperate refugees. Look, we can accept that one. I'm not that keen on running back over there because we've just done a whole bunch in that area. The rat infestation I'm going to accept, but then actually cancel. So I can generate a new quest. And we might get his squad as well, because we have not been over that way. Alright, now, I believe in one of the upcoming patches what the devs are going to try to do is make these recruits rotate over time. At the moment they don't, so we actually do have only a few different options to choose from. We want one more tank. Now, tanks are either warriors or brutes or swordsmen. We've already got one brute as a tank. I think I prefer to take something else, just because I don't think having too many weakening blows is like a crazy useful skill. I'm not going to aim to be engaged very much, so the warrior sentinel is not really a great one, and the two other warrior skills are medium armor for more kind of like damage dealing abilities. So I think I'm going to skip the warrior. It is possible I'm going to start bleeding things, but I really don't like this poisoned impact talent. And again, these are both more kind of damage dealing specs. So I think what I'm going to do... we could take another spearman. Let's try with another spearman. Let's hire you, buddy. Lorhan. There we go. So we've got 3 spearmen, and we will see who comes up after that. Now, I might hire one of these guys just to kick him out, so I can get 2 recruits refreshing in the tavern. If I give this lady some bread down here, she will give me a little bit of influence, which will leave me a little bit short to hire someone, actually. Alright, putting into play our money-making tips, we are going to buy a bunch of stuff. We'll buy all the leather while I'm at it. Ooh, and he's got wood as well. Alright, we're definitely going to be able to make our bows. We're moving very slowly and the guards might come after us. This could be bad. I think I might have bought too much from that merchant. Oh, yeah. Bought too much. Can't get away from those guards whilst I'm carrying this much. Alright, let's go and do some blacksmithing and we'll see what our weight is at after that. Okay, so we've got 3 spearmen in the group now, so we definitely want as many of these as we can get. And we've only got enough iron for 2 of them. That's fine. This is one good thing about getting a lot of the same class in your team as well, is that you don't have to learn as many different recipes in the compendium. And so you can actually end up kind of making more of the items that you want for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to give this to my 2 starting spearmen. Much nicer for their damage dealing. And we will sell off their pitchforks. Look, we're actually almost down to our weight limit now. And I think we still need to make our tent. So we shall do that whilst we're in town too. Except we need more ore. Used all of that, didn't we? Okay. Just to keep things simple, I'll sell a couple of things off here. Sell a couple of tools. Really doesn't make much difference with what we need to do. Out to these merchants. Sell our goods. And we'll head into town and buy some things that we can cook and eat. Now, this spearman, he's got wrath, so I might make him a damage-based spearman as well. So I'm going to give him the cooked profession to begin with, just to cook me up some food. And wolf is something we already know the recipe for. Gonna give us a bunch of food. And we can sell our little trinkets here. Okay, so I'll keep in mind that he's got wood. And we might go find ourselves an iron mine so that we can actually get some more iron ore to make some more weapons, some more armour. And stay on track with our goals for the day. Goals for the session. So we have the Bandit Lair, another quest over here. So what we might do is a loop up, defeat them, we'll kind of come back down, clear out the other bandits that make the Bandit Lair stronger, and the lighthouse down this way, and then we'll head over to the Bandit Lair. And that will, I think, probably be a little bit of a wrap for the session today, is finishing that fight in the Bandit Lair. I don't want to avoid these little fights with boars and stuff, they just slow us down. But I do want to chat with these guys because we've now got enough money that we can start buying some weapons and armour for people. Some medium armour, carrying capacity, guard and armour. Look, that's going to be quite nice as soon as I hit level 3 for one of my spearmen, so we're doing it. We've got the Phantom pack over here. I can't actually use any level 5 weapons yet, so I'm not too worried about trying to take out the Phantoms too early. Now, one thing... Oh, good, yeah, we will collect a fair bit of ore by doing this loop as well. One other little place that I like putting in a baton is just on this cliff here, because it means that I can, if I'm coming from the south, just get up to the trackers camp a little bit more quickly without having to do a big loop around. Sometimes takes a little bit to figure out exactly where you want to put it. I don't need those resources yet, I'll collect them later. So resting away from the forest gives us a lower chance of being attacked usually. And we'll make some sausages. And this spearman, being a cook to start with is good, gives him a bit of extra constitution just to hold the line that little bit more. He does have wrath. Oops, I actually need to rest, I don't need to stand still. And we're going to eat beans because the beans are very heavy. So they're our main thing that we want to eat. And let's make that tent finally. Man, I've been talking about it for ages. I keep checking it and keep realizing that we didn't have materials, but we finally have a tent. Yay! People's comfort and happiness can go up. Look, I'll chat to this guy about Sika. No, I don't really think I'll do her straight away. A meat drying rack would be really lovely, but our suspicion is a little bit too high, so we cannot steal it at the moment. But that would be the one that I steal first. Just getting more food for nothing is fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna loop around the edge of this place. Oh look, our bandit friends are in battle with some boars. Let us let us attack our bandit friends first. Our boars can act as some meat shields here. And we'll take out these three first, and then we'll head over this side. The raid is not dangerous. Malorus gets to go first, so he'll probably run and charge that boar. And he'll actually get rid of the leader's protection himself, which is great for us. I'm going to go and engage this henchman so he only gets one attack. Run over a trap myself while I'm at it. Oh, he missed his trap. And he didn't even engage. That's surprising. Oh, excuse me. Good ball. Keep him busy. I could go and assist the ball, but I really don't feel the need at the moment. I'm not going to be able to get over and get in the distance to attack this henchman with Wrath, so... And with our new spear, we will start getting some more kills on our spearmen. A little bit weird of that raider. So there are still a few bugs and things with the AI. I mean, look, this stuff will obviously not fix itself, but the devs are working on it all. I'm sure that that's some of the stuff that they're looking at fixing up. Nice little critical to give himself a kill there. Our level 1 recruit. And we'll start heading back over to... start defeating the stronger enemies now that this side's all gone. Actually, probably could have started a little bit closer to them. Not really too much of a problem, though. I'll just run and hit him on the way past. These guys are certainly holding their own. And I'm not too worried about the starting skills overall and which ones I chose to put on which spearmen, because what I will end up doing once we clear the Bandit Lair is buying some skill books to get myself some extra starting skills on characters. I think it's a really good use of money, of crowns. Buying those starting skills really increases the flexibility you have in the party that you want to run. Already attacking the ball. Let's just weaken you a little bit. With Galvanize, this is going to be pretty simple. Now I probably will try to capture some more prisoners, but I'm likely to do that when we're closer to a place where we will go back to the prison. Where we are right now. Oh my goodness, Fury is now doing 20 damage with our latest spear. That is lovely. So I know there's a lot of discussion on scaling at the moment, and people do have a few problems with the way that things scale, with enemies getting more difficult. I feel like you can kind of see that with this group, I've had absolutely no problems with most enemies so far, and as soon as you start getting some better weapons and things, I actually feel like the scaling, even on hard, is actually pretty straightforward to manage. Alright, we get our first level 3 Spearman. Okay, and the strategy, or one of the strategies that I'm going to be using is a fairly defensive strategy where my pikemen are going to be trying to stop a lot of the enemies coming towards us. We will equip some medium armour on our man here. And he's got rags with 8 armour on them. I'm going to leave them on him until he gets hit and those rags get destroyed, and then I'll equip some of the other armour that we've got there. We're going to run away. We don't actually need to fight the boars, so we're not going to. Running around the edge of these mountains will net a few extra resources, a bit of ore, a few snow iris. And even a little bit of wood. Fantastic. Need a lot more. We still need to make one more spear and a bow. And as I said, I want to get a second archer. So it'll be one more spear and 2 more bows that we're aiming to collect resources for. We can help these guys, but I actually sort of prefer waiting until we have a quest to help them. Oh, actually, maybe there's deserters and some people we can help. Running away from the deserters is handy. Don't need to take another fight right now, so we won't. Might run in and try to take this wood though. And my fatigue is very low, so I should probably rest as soon as I can. Eat our beans again. Yum yum yum. Oh, when we get attacked anyway. So leveling up your suspicion or staying wanted for a long time is probably the easiest way to get the crime and chaos path to continue along. Now they have ambushed us here. These guys are level 2, so you can see they start to get a little bit more health, a little bit more armor. And there's 5 of them, so there's probably 2 or 3 here and another 2 or 3 here. So what I might do is get my squad heading back in this direction. I don't know if he's going to be able to run far enough to engage anyone. But let's see. Now this Spearman has run as well, which is very handy. So if he gets engaged by someone we don't want, then we can pretty much just handle it. Get him out of combat whenever we need to. Also great for repositioning in later fights. Okay, so there's maybe 2 of them down this way still, so I'm just going to go and investigate. I think they're the guys over in that direction. And that raider's going there, so let's run over. See if there's anyone else in the fog. And for this raider, I'm actually going to stop him from moving. Okay, so we've got an obstacle there. Maybe just some rocks. Yep, just some rocks. Galvanise, there's only 1 person this turn, so we don't need to do that. And one cool thing about lots of spearmen is that this spearman will push him back and trigger this attack of opportunity. And down he goes. So we can set up some nice little combos and some synergy like that with this party. So I think they were running down here, so I'm actually going to get him to run over and we will get him to guard a little area for us as well. Henchman comes in, Doesn't get his attack off though, because we've guarded the area. This is like, you know, part of the synergy that I want from this build. Use Galvanize now that I've got all 4 people, and it pretty much means I can burn through my Valor points just to make this fight as quick as possible. I'm likely to hit my own person, but I'm going to risk it. Comes in, but this Spearman does now have some armour, so it is good. Let's get him out of combat though, just because we can. Let's get our Brute to engage. So there is one more of them. Maybe a Raider or something kind of coming in from this side too. There he is, and he's targeting 3 of us. Luckily, we are so heavy on the Spearman front that if I hit him from the right angle, which I didn't, he will stop. Get out of here, Mr. Raider. Don't want any of that. Thank you. Could have done a slightly better job with that henchman and taking him out, but ah well. And look, even though we didn't need to take this battle, we'll still get some. So if I had sprint, I could run over there and then use Fury on this guy, but because I cannot reach him, we cannot do that. That's all good. We have the Valor points to do it as well. So when our Archer hits level 3 and our other Spearmen hit level 3, we will have the ability to spend through more of our Valor points. At the moment, oh, I love the kill cams. Love the kill cams. At the moment, we just don't have enough Valor point spenders. Some more medium armor. And we have an archer at level 3 as well. Fantastic. Okay, so we are going for an infantryman with barrage here. And we can actually now equip him with some armor too. A little bit of extra critical hit. And we have finished our rest now. They changed the rest mechanic slightly from early access to closed beta, which I think was a good choice, where they allowed you to, when you got ambushed in early access, wherever your fatigue was when you were attacked is where your fatigue stopped. So if you were halfway sort of healed, you would actually end up losing or wasting some of your food. I think they changed it just because it was a little bit, maybe a little bit harsh. Our Tinker gets a level up, fantastic. And you'll see, I really like using pitons around the place to just give myself little shortcuts everywhere. What I probably should have done is place another one up here as well, just to allow me to get back to the trackers camp faster. So this way I can duck down and see some merchants if I desire. And I can actually sell some of the rags and other light armor that I have, because I don't have another archer at level 3 yet. So I'll keep one set just in case, and some of my spearmen will get up to level 3 soon. There is another quest we can do here. One of the main story missions. Let's knock it out, why not, while we're here. And we are going to side with the townspeople again. When I decide I'm gonna side with someone, I'll generally do, you know, every quest with them. There is one other bug that I'd point out at the moment. So the troop bonuses from things like this, profession experience gained, none of them work at the moment. So there's some that are meant to give, you know, knowledge on rest and extra fish when you go fishing and that kind of thing. But unfortunately, yeah, none of them do work right now. So that's a pity. But again, I think kind of expected that there's going to be some little bugs and things like that around. Not sure what that slowdown was. So this guy over here is a fence. So he will actually buy things for that are stolen off you to reduce your reliance on going to the guard. But he's generally not the best person to buy stuff off, just because every thing that he has is also a stolen item. Could buy a little bit of this just because our happiness is low, and it is very cheap. So they do offer goods very cheap. All right, I don't think we're going to get caught by the guards, so even though I just said it's not great to buy things, I'm going to do it. All right, so we warn these guys that their friend is about to get hung, and they head down to try to rescue him. Now, after they leave, or before they leave, you actually have to steal these things. After they leave, you get free access to loot their camp to your heart's content. I think it's only that barrel in there, but it's got some more alcohol as well. Right, now we're actually going to rest before this fight, just because otherwise I think we will be fatigued and tired. Gotta pay some wages, eat some more beans and mushrooms. Fantastic. You can see, I think, the achievements popping up down in the bottom right hand side. So I haven't played in early access on hard yet. Alright, now I know some people had said this quest was a little bugged, but it seems like if I talk to them, the quest starts up just fine. Alright, and we get to choose who we support. So if we support Elizabeth, the ringleader, this is kind of the refugee side of the story. And if we support village chief Oddi, then it's the Tiltran villagers that we're supporting. So we are going to attack Elizabeth, the ringleader, and we do want to engage her in combat relatively early because she has that ability to lock us down, lock us out. Oh, just do lots of critical hits. We want to reduce the number of critical hits as much as we can. So again, there's a bunch of them on this side, and her. We're going to run straight over to her and engage. There we go. Engaged 30 enemies. So the more enemies we engage, the more points she will get. This is exactly what we want. This is our weak spearman. This is our strong spearman. Who's that? That's a poacher. Hoodlum. Let's run over this way. We are very strong now. Now this poacher's going to run up and shoot us, so there's no point in going into and using our spear wall, because we will just get attacked by it. I could run over and try to spear wall the poacher, but again, I would just get shot. So I will just run back a little bit. It's great having a leader with inspiration, because it just allows you a lot more freedom of movement. Now these characters are back to level 1 again, so they're back to low health and low armor. I'm not sure whether it's because they're mission characters or not, but it's the way it is. Nice work, Hermard. Hermard. Interesting name. Let's see what Oddi can do. Not as good with his bow as the last villager that we had helping. And over here, I'm probably not going to be grouped up again, so I'm actually just going to use Galvanized, even though it's only on 1 troop member. Gives us our 2 bonus Valor points, and we're going to start taking out this hoodlum. Barrage might not quite kill him, but it'll get pretty close to doing the job. There we go. Take him out before he gets an action. Always nice. Now, again, what we're doing is we're trying to combine our little area control effects with our things like the Archer barrage ability, and really getting quite good value out of that. So even had that attack not killed him, getting knocked into the barrage would have. Alright, very nice. A bit more light armor. Another level 3 spearman, so we're going another pikeman. This is very much going to be the strategy that we're using, and I really like that our the pikeman that we want to be a damage dealer has got quite a lot of strength. So he's only up to 19 at level 3, he's up at 23, which is fantastic. Our brute, we are going full on constitution mode with this guy. He is using his title to earn some extra constitution and is up to 47 health already. We compare that to the 25 on our archer, and you can just see how much longer he is going to live. Alright, so we actually don't need to talk to this group again. We can actually just walk straight into the house, and they're all done, all sorted. Actually, we might need to wait for Oddie here. Might not have quite got in there yet. There we go. Thanks for our rewards, buddy. Some adjustable straps. What do they do again? Bum, bum, bum. They give us +1 movement. Alright, I'm going to give that to my archer, just so that he can position himself for a barrage a little bit better. Our suspicion's still very high, so we still want to avoid guardsmen. And there's usually a couple of things to loot down here. There's some guardsmen after us right now. Let us run, run, run away. And we might as well do the sheepfold mission at the same time. Now, I am sorry, refugees, we are going to kick you out very soon. But before I do that, I want to learn a recipe from you. Give you some wood to learn mutton stew. Don't know how often we'll use mutton stew, but we have the option to do so now. We just need a slightly better chef in the party. Oop, now those guardsmen are still there, so I did think that just before I saw them. Now there is a bandit group down here that we're going to want to take out to reduce the strength in the Bandit Lair. Not sure exactly where they are, but they normally hang out in this forest. Dum, dum, dum. Hello bandits, where are you? I think we actually saw these bandits very early on in the game. We did a mission down here, and they were there almost ambushing us. Cannot seem to find them. Oh, maybe they're not near us anywhere here. Get a little bit of our wolf, a little bit of our alcohol. And the guards are no longer after us, which is nice as well. Ooh, except we must have done so many crimes that we've piqued their interest again. Okay, we might loop back up into that forest after we take out this after we take out the lighthouse. Yeah, we don't need to fight these guys, they're not the ones that we're after. And so you can see this little skull on the lighthouse here. There, this little one will reduce the strength of the Bandit Lair. Okay, so we have pretty much achieved one of our, a couple of our goals so far. We've got armour on pretty much everybody now. We've got the squad up to level 3. We've got weapons on a couple of them, and we have a 5th member. So I would say we're actually going to achieve all 4 of our main goals in this this session today. So again, these guys have gone up to level 2. They've got a little bit more health, a little bit more armour. But overall, you're still going to find them simple enough to take down. I want to get this brute a stronger weapon just so he can actually deal some damage. At the moment, he is hitting like a bit of a wet noodle. So one thing I really like combining this Spearman with is first doing that, and then there we go. He has spent 10 bravery points in one battle. Well, he certainly hasn't spent it in one battle, but he's done a good job nonetheless. And who can we attack from there? Both of them, fantastic. Get rid of a poacher. Stop the hoodlum from moving. And you can see this tactic that we're using is very much based on a control kind of approach, where the more control we have over of our opponents, the less damage we take. Now we can't attack him. We could use barrage, but there's not much point either way. We're going to take a shot regardless, and we're going to kill him this turn regardless, so... Now I could sprint, not going to be necessary. Let's just run forward and shoot him, and we are done! The lighthouse has been cleared. Now the lighthouse is actually a nice little fight to take. There we go, and we've got our fourth level 3. Fourth level 3? Third level 3. Third level 3. This guy's still only level 1. Jeez, he's taken a while. Oh, that's right, he got a title. Let's go critical hit. Let's go for lots of critical hits this game. And we should have a few things to lockpick, and we've made a bunch of lockpicks for ourselves as well. A little bit lucky on that one, nice. Those lockpicks were both great. I'll take them that hard, that difficulty anytime. Nothing else to loot, out we go. So one thing that's great about the lighthouse and the Altus Tower are getting those knowledge books. It is nice to pick those up whenever you can. We've got another one with movement and damage caused from attacks from behind. So we're actually going to give our tank the extra movement this time. And we did get a bow that gives us vicious shot. Now, overall, it's going to deal less damage, so 7 to 12 versus 5 to 10. But it might allow us to get the archer to trigger spearman attacks of opportunity as well. So the archer can trigger the spearman's attack, and then you can set up a barrage, and then the spearman can trigger the archers. So we'll just look for that sort of synergy in the group whenever we can. And we're just going to loop back up here. We might have a quick look for these bandits, but we could also just go straight to the Bandit Lair and take a slightly larger fight. I'm fairly confident with how this party's come together that I think we could do a 1-star Bandit Lair without too many problems. Just loop down and grab a few more resources. We are going to need some more stuff to get us our equipment. So we now have enough wood for both a bow and a spear. Need a little bit more ore for some more, like for the armor and everything that we may make. We could go down and try this cave, but we might just head to the Bandit Lair this time and finish that fight off. Again, looping around the sort of outside area here will actually net you a few extra resources. Ooh, and we are low on fatigue again. Okay, what's our danger chance for resting here? None. Fantastic. So I do like drinking a little bit of alcohol each rest because it does actually allow you to start working towards another title where your team basically are known for drinking a lot. And titles mean extra skill points, so anything I can do to earn some extra skill points is handy. Now, this is another little spot for a baton. You can see there's a little camp over here. This is actually a location you get to later once you've unlocked the Arthur's County area, and you set up some batons to basically rappel down this mountainside over here. You come down onto this white shelf, baton, place another baton, and head on down. And though I said sticking to the edges gives you some, along the path there are actually some extra resources too. This looks like a giant pack of wolves that we are going to avoid. They might have just fought and killed some boars. Oh, and look at that. We already took out the other bandit, so there was no extra skull. So, lucky we didn't spend any more time looking around for them. Don't even remember taking that fight. 3 hoodlums, 3 poachers, 2 marauders. We might just repair our armour, just in case. We've taken quite a few fights in a row here, and these guys could be a slightly higher level, we'll see. Alright, what have we got? 8 opponents. They are level 3 opponents. A little bit tougher. Got 4 here. And 4 all the way over there. Okay, yeah, this fight should be fairly straightforward then. Let's drag you down there, you up there. We're going to get a chance to get 2 of our people going first. And we're going to run over here and poke you. Set up behind the bear trap with an attack of opportunity. You can run a fair way, but not attack as well, so run over, set up, and in they go, straight to where we want them. Beautiful. Alright, so this Marauders are not up next, so both of these characters will get to act. These guys are not going to be able to run over engage, so he's quite safe where he is, and he can run over this way to start engaging or setting up a little bit of a choke point there too. So, as this guy doesn't have his spear wall ability, but he can knock back, we are going to vicious shot this Marauder, which may mean he can't actually run and attack him. And then let's set up a barrage. Let's make this Marauder run towards our archer. Now, enemies actually can pick up and use the spears. I have seen them throw a spear at me probably only once or twice, but still more than I would have expected. Alright, good job, Brute. Not achieved much that turn, but you are alive and safe and well, ready to take an arrow to the face. Alright, so he is not really going to be able to assist yet. Let's just run him in. He's got a little bit of armor, he can take a hit from the Marauder. Okay, so this Hoodlum's up first, and he's actually in range of that barrage ability, and I've only taken 1 shot so far, so he's gonna die. I'll trigger barrage again. There. And I think I will run him backwards, just because I can. I want to try to avoid taking injuries where possible. He moves, he dies. Barrage is finished, so that was very good value. And we might do a similar thing again on this guy. We'll just move forward so he definitely gets hit. Now this poacher could run up and shoot him out of that ability, so we're going to run over and engage this poacher just to make sure that that doesn't happen. And so you can see, even though obviously they outnumbered us a bit, similar levels, just by playing it a little bit smart, we really can achieve quite a lot. Now, I don't need to use his ability here, unless I think this hoodlum can run into range, and he can. So we're just going to set up that ability again. Hopefully this poacher doesn't run and knock me out. I think he will. Oh, we didn't attack. That's surprising. And the hoodlum running that way is surprising. Anyway, that's all good. So we use our archer knockback to prompt an attack of opportunity. And we'll just run forward to finish our turn next to the spearman and gain another valor point. Okay, so the poacher is up first. So we're going to do the same thing again, where we knock the poacher. He gets attacked. And then we set up a nice barrage on all three of them. So Hermard is going to take a little bit of damage here because this hoodlum will come in as well. Doesn't look like we can quite get close enough, but let's run over anyway. Thank you for the extra attack, Archer. Don't worry, Hermard, we'll look after you. 6 hit points and poisoned, not a problem. Alright, and here if the Brute had a better weapon, he would obviously be able to take this guy out. And it would have been nice to have the Brute over here so that the Marauder and the Hoodlum both engaged him. And between engagements, I just knock them back with the Spearman so that they both take attacks of opportunity. And you can maybe just need to run him backwards a little bit. But I'll set him up just in case. Yeah, so taking those attacks of opportunity, but then the Brute also would have been able to kind of take all of those hits without being as low on health. His armour still would have been fine. Alright, so the Poacher got all 3 of his attacks off again. Mostly just because of how we've been setting ourselves up there. Alright, now let's get rid of that Hoodlum. The Poacher's up first, so I don't want him to shoot Hermard. I kind of want this Ranger to run in and attack Hermard. I might leave my Archer out in front there to take the Poacher shot. And I'll line him up as well. Oh, he does. Poor Hermard. Oh well, luckily I had Santian ready. Santian. Okay, now I've got to run over and heal him, otherwise he will die. I don't have anyone else set up there to do much. I can use Galvanize though. And target all three of them again. So this poacher, if he moves, dies, and the marauder should die as well. Oof, this poacher is living for a long, long time. Definitely not the best use of my brute. I actually should have kept him over here and taken that area, or like protected that area like I had originally planned. Ooh, that was a very good attack. Now he's not poisoned, so he's not going to die this round, which is good. And we might actually just take both of these guys out with our level 1 Spearman. He's getting a few kills under his belt, that's for sure. And he brings us up to galvanized as well. Alright, Hamad, you can run over the back so that this poacher has nothing to do. No option to attack you. There we go. A nicely won fight in the end. Not the cleanest I could have done, I don't think. Positioning of my tank could have been better. Every single person's armor, but his got attacked. Alright, so we have managed to finish this now. We're not at level 3 or 4 in the crime and chaos path yet, so we have no black market vendor here. Not really too big of a problem, honestly. Steal everything we can from the camp. The watchkeeping store is a nice addition. We'll take Lun's wife's or Lun's daughter's trinket off them. Ooh, and we got a better ringleader's dagger, so maybe we will end up getting an assassin in the team. So this guy, he has a new trinket to equip, which will oh no, not that one, this one, leather straps. He gets 5% extra guard every time he's engaged. I'm going to equip this on our thief, even though I don't think it works just yet. Not that one, that one, and I want some movement on the archer. I've got another movement one for them. And even though my pikemen never attack from behind, that is fine. We'll learn the watchkeeping stool. I do like having reduced suspicion when resting. And what wound did he suffer? Damage taken doubled. Okay, Hamad is someone that we will need to protect a little bit. But we're probably going to finish this run up by finishing this little quest, heading back to town, and wrapping up, and just doing a little recap on what we managed to achieve for the session. And overall, I would say we have had much success. Much success. We're much richer. And this is another little area that I like putting a baton, because I feel like resting here. I'm pretty sure I saw something in the trees. 30% danger. If we head down, what's our danger now? 10%. Okay, we got 20 of that. We're going to make ourselves that watchkeeping stool. And we're going to assign a companion to it, so that 10% is now 0. I know 10% is low, but in terms of just being able to keep the game moving, I like making it even smaller. One action point is not something that I need critically at this point in time. And you will note we haven't actually paid for our border pass yet, so we've actually just jumped and skipped the border there. Okay, so there is a ghost pack here. Let's avoid them. Looks like the ghost pack took out whoever was waiting there for us. And again, I just like placing another baton down. I put them everywhere that I can. Alright, and we got some guardsmen who are chasing after us but can't get to us. So batons are another thing. If you've got the guards chasing after you and you can just jump up a mountain, they can't follow. So you are actually totally fine to do what you will from that point. And we've got a couple of guard packs roaming around here. And old Wilbur, our grouchy old man, is saying he wants to keep his farm even though he's not using it. He doesn't want to let the refugees in. We are going to support him in this run. In the last run that I did on easy, just to get my testing squad up and running, I did support the refugees, so I just feel like I pretty much, you know, go from one to the other each time I play. Now, she is all by herself here and is a very, very easy target. So who's our strong man? Strong spearman. And we could definitely make this so that she didn't even get an attack off quite easily just by using our spearman abilities. I actually think it's very unlikely that she will get an attack off even without using them. Just because she's going last in the turn order. Ooh, another nice kill shot there. Nice critical hit. And that gets our other spearman up to level 2. So this spearman's going to get valorous support as well, even though he's going to very likely have, like, you know, be able to get a number of kills and that kind of thing. Sometimes just having guaranteed valor point generators are actually more important, more useful. The Gosenberg Gate. Okay, so we got to level 3 in the crime path. Man, we've got guards all over the place here. I feel like they're trying to corner us and hunt us. How are we doing for carry weight? Not too bad. I'm actually going to add another pony. So we've got 900 gold at the moment now. Gold sitting in your bags is not very useful. Do we want a brave, tough, or clever pony? Let's go a brave pony. I'm going to adopt him. I'm going to call him Sturdy. No, let's call him Bravissimo. You can see my amazing typing skills while my mic is blocking it. Volunteer. Let's call him Helpful. Now might buy another horseshoe for Bravissimo. I don't know, when they're just called pony, it's a little bit boring, I think, sometimes. Alright, so we're going to have about 900 odd gold after we hand in the couple of bounties that we achieved. And we have pretty much wrapped up the main story mission here as well. Now, did we get an archer? We have a level 2 swordsman, a level 1 brute, he's the one we didn't hire, and the level 1 warrior. I would still like that other archer, but now might not be the time to find him. Alright, let's buy the wood and the leather. And I think we used all our rope to make pitons actually, so we do need a new source of rope. Oh, and I keep entering Tiltron right from the bottom here. Alright, let's craft what can we craft? Can we craft anything that we want? We can craft another spear, which is great. We can craft a shield. Again, fantastic for our tanking. And we cannot craft a longbow just yet because we need 3 rope. And I think we need to save a little bit of our iron, but we should still have enough even if we make this to give our brute a better weapon as well. Great. Alright, Mr. Brute, you have done your job well so far. Now you should be able to do it better. More armour, more health. We made another pike. They can use it from level 2, as you can see when it's been created. We have not managed to make the bow. We should have bought a tiny bit more rope when we were at the jail, but we were actually over our carry weight at the time, so... Get rid of all our little trinkets and things. No, we don't have any other people joining us just yet, so we can get rid of that. Trinket on, and... I do actually keep a stock of all these things sort of towards the bottom of the inventory so I don't have to scroll through them every time. But I want to keep them handy just in case they do fix some of it up. I'm going to keep the Bandit Leader's dagger down there as well. So I'll sort of put things down there that I want, but I don't need anytime soon. And then that way I know it's all there, but it's out of the way. Alright, we'll repair our armour while we're in town. 500 gold left at the moment. And the mayor wanted to see us. She wants us to head down to the haven and to get rid of the refugees, which we will assist her with. Now we are under our carry weight after crafting a few things, so I want to see if these guys have rope. If they do, that would be great. We would achieve all of our goals for this session. Check this caravan too whilst we're here. No rope and nothing else we're after. All the guardsmen seem to have gone away, which is nice at least. We'll buy some more wolf meat to cook. And we probably could have almost run over to the prison and grabbed our rope by now, but that's all good. Okay, so no rope. We're going to achieve 4 of our 5 objectives today, and we will continue on from here in the next one. Okay, I'll just head back into town, then we'll save it, and we will call that a day. Oh, we need some more salt for that. That's fine. We can do that later. Let's get rid of the stolen stuff first. Spread it out a little bit more, though. Okay, so as a little bit of a summary, we set ourselves 4 goals at the start of this session. We wanted to make sure that we got a 5th or 6th party member. We were aiming for a spearman and an archer. We managed a spearman. We got the majority of the squad to level 3. 1 spearman, level 2, obviously our newest recruit. We wanted to get armour for all of our squad, and we have achieved that. There we go. Now we've got medium armour on the people that are level 3, light, medium and heavy armour on the people that are all level 3 anyway. We wanted to either craft or buy it. We ended up not having to buy too many, and we picked up a couple, which was fantastic. We wanted weapons for everyone. Now we didn't get any weapon drops except the bow that kind of helps us. It's good. It's not a massive upgrade. I'd prefer the crafted one. Other than that, we have crafted weapons on everybody, and our 3 pikemen in particular have the iron gizarm, which is fantastic for us, and the way that we're working at the moment as a team. So overall, we are definitely on track for all of the things that we want to do, and we will continue in the next video to finish the Tiltron region off. Thank you very much for watching. That is CAG, over and out.